It's the end of day 4 here on the World Poker Tour. We're at the Bicycle Casino for the WPT Legends of Poker. I'm BJ Nemeth.
And I'm Jeanine Deeb. And the final table is set for tomorrow. We have our final 6 players.
Yes, but we started the day with 18, so let's rewind it a little bit. We lost a couple of notables early. The first player out was actually Joseph Chung. He came in short, but he wasn't the short stack. Got it all in on a race, came out on the wrong side. 18th place, Joseph Chung.
Unfortunate. And our 17th place finisher was our club WPT qualifier, Efren Abustan, who ended up cashing for $18,100, which he definitely walked away as a winner.
Yeah, he earned his entry like Philip Smith. We had 2 club WPT qualifiers, both finished in the money. Philip Smith earned $9,500. Abustan won $18,100, and that's pretty impressive for getting in on what's effectively a free roll. So congrats to both of them.
Congratulations.
And then we fast forwarded. We got down to 10 players that combined to a single table. The 8th place finisher is somebody I want to talk about, Stephen Grainer. After he busted, the other players just gave him consistently high praise. Nobody really knew him before the tournament, but they said, this kid has chops, this kid can play. Everything I saw from him said this kid is a player, and even though he busted, didn't make our final table, I definitely don't think we've seen the last of him. So there's a name to remember, Stephen Grainer. Congrats on the 8th place finish.
For 7th place, which was our TV final table bubble boy, Jim Willerson actually busted kings versus aces. So unfortunately, he walked away just shy of making the final table, but the other 6 were relieved.
Right, and he did bust to the chip leader, Josh Hale, so it was a case, the massive chip leader, Josh Hale.
Massive.
So it was a case of the rich getting richer. But before we get into the final 6 players, we're going to kind of introduce them to you in a draft format.
Which we Rochambeau'd, and once again, I win.
Right, Jeanine is really good at that old rock, paper, scissors. So Jeanine, you have your first pick of the final 6 players. Who are you going to pick and why?
I chose Greg Mueller. I'm a big fan of cash game specialists.
Second in chips, we should point out.
Second in chips. I'm a big fan of cash game specialists along with mixed game players, and he doesn't spend all his time playing tournaments, but he has successful results with 2 WSOP bracelets already. And I just think that he has a lot of confidence coming into the final table, and he knows he's going to have his A game going. He's not that nervous compared to some of the other players.
Mueller has a lot of chips. He is second in the leaderboard. But I'm going with chip leader Josh Hale, which is kind of a no-brainer. He has more than twice as many chips as Greg Mueller. To win a tournament, you got to win 100% of the chips. This guy's going into the final table with just under 40% of the chips.
But it's no limit. Things change.
Oh,
we all know that.
But I'm playing the odds here. He's the only one at the player that doesn't describe himself as a professional player, but it's not like he lacks experience. He did win $100,000 here at the Legends of Poker series last year in one of the prelim events. So he's got some skills. He entered this tournament on a $400 satellite, so he's effectively free rolling, and I think he's going to be able to take it down. Josh Hale.
My second choice was Ali Islami. He is an avid WPT player. He has one final table, I think it was 2011 Indiana, and he is another player who's a cash game player for the most part, but I feel like that brings a lot of experience and expertise into these events, so we'll see how he does. And he had the lucky red chip. He did have to give it up, but he still made the final table, so he made it through the night. I think he can keep it going.
All right, my second pick and the 4th overall is Jeff Madsen, who has come close to WPT final tables, but this is the first time he's actually made it. 3 times he was knocking on the door. He has an 18th place, 11th, and an 8th place finish. He's finally broke through. He is a short stack with just over $1 million in chips, about 17 big blinds. Most of you know Jeff Madsen. He exploded onto the scene at the 2006 WSOP as a 21-year-old. That year he made 4 final tables, all of them top 3 finishes, 2 WSOP bracelets, $1.4 million in earnings, ran away with the WSOP's Player of the Year that year, and not just being that one-hit wonder, he's earned nearly $2 million since then to bolster his stats. He is due, and he is going to have a gigantic rail on Twitter virtually sweating him.
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
Jeff Madsen Ob, don't forget to follow.
Yes, at Jeff Madsen Ob on Twitter, and I think if he gets a double up early, he definitely can take this thing down.
All right, well, my third pick is Raouf Malik. He is coming into the final table third in chips. He doesn't have that many results, but I think that overall he's held steady through the tournament, and so we'll see how he does. His favorite game is PLO 8, and that's, you know, another thing. I'm a big fan of mixed games, and I think that they bring a lot more to the table for No Limit Hold'em, so we'll see how they do. I got all the mixed game specialists.
All right, well, there's only one player left. He is the short stack, Max Steinberg, but he's effectively tied with Jeff Madsen. They're only an ante apart, 17 big blinds each. Steinberg, for a 6th place pick, is a fantastic pick. Got over $1 million in earnings, won a WSOP bracelet this summer in No Limit Hold'em. He has 3 6-figure cashes. He's becoming a regular on the World Poker Tour. Again, like Madsen, if he can get a double up early, then I think he's got a legit shot if he can overcome the massive mountain of chips that my other Team BJ guy has.
If keyword.
So Max Steinberg, my 3rd pick, 6 overall. I like my team.
All right, well, I like my team, and if I win...
Oh yeah, what are we betting? What are the stakes?
BJ has to bow to me all day and say I am not worthy at the Borgata Poker Open, which is only a little few weeks away.
About 2 weeks away. So first day of Borgata, every time I see you, I have to do like the Wayne's World, I'm not worthy?
Yes.
All right.
All day.
Yes.
That's about 11:30 that night.
Okay, well now if I win...
Starting at 11 a.m. by the way.
Jeanine kind of has a little thing where every once in a while she whoop whoops for no reason. So
for lots of reasons.
Whatever. So whenever you see me on the first day of Borgata, if I win, you have to say, "Hey BJ, whoop whoop."
Apparently he likes the whoop whoops.
Sure, why not? You got to do some kind of hand motion. You can do the fist pump. You can do the raise the roof. You can do the peace out. Whatever it is. But you got to do some kind of hand motion. Say, "Hey BJ, whoop whoop."
All right, I can do that.
All right. So there's our bet.
He's gonna lose, so he'll be bowing to me all day.
No, it's Jeff Madsen of.
Well, the final table kicks off at 4 p.m. tomorrow. The live stream starts at 4:30.
There will be commentating from Jonathan Little and the WPT's Raw Deal analyst, Tony Dunst.
Right, so make sure you follow all the action either on the live stream or WPT.com live updates. And you can also follow us on Twitter, but there will be spoiler alerts just to let you know.
Hand-for-hand coverage on WPT.com. And for those of you who don't remember from last year or didn't see it, the live stream does offer whole cards. So it's whole cards on a 30-minute delay. You get to see and hear everything. Check it out if you haven't already.
See you guys later.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.